Want to get on Viral Hip Hop News? Well, here's your chance. Promote your music, your brand, live on Viral Hip Hop News, interviewed by me, Sam Ant, with Artist Spotlight, or take over Viral Hip Hop News yourself with Viral Hip Hop Takeover. Email me, dlsmediainc1@gmail.com for further details. Let's go.
Today, we'll say the Umar for last. I'm ask the people first. You were saying it in the car. Is Dame Dash bitter, like a bitter ex-girlfriend now? That he keeps, talking about Jay-Z. Jay-Z hasn't mentioned this dude's name in probably over 10 years. How do you feel, Sam, man? And to the people out there, leave a comment about Dame Dash continuously talking about Jay-Z, and now more recently saying, look, I want to sit down and have a conversation and ask him why he did what he did.
It's not surprising. I think that anybody who's paid attention to the story knows that Dame Dash would have had a conversation with this man 15, 20 years ago. He'd had a conversation with him immediately after the fact. I don't think it was ever a Dame having a conversation with Jay-Z issue. I think it was always a Jay-Z being done with Dame issue.
Yeah.
And for some reason, and I give Dame credit in this regard before I go ahead and tell you how I feel about him continuing to talk about it. He's asked the question, right? And he's the only one that has ever talked about it. He's the only one that's ever genuinely answered the question that he was asked. And salute to him, because we talked about it, or we asked about it. He didn't want to talk about it on our stuff, coincidentally enough. But he might have been going through some legal situations with Jay-Z at the time. Whatever the case may be, he is asked more than Biggs is asked, more than Jay-Z's asked. And if they are asked, Jay just don't address it, don't talk about it. Now, I would suggest that Dame, if asked again, not just talk about it at this point. Just have that be a dead issue, because it just makes you look like a lot of a lot of Jay-Z's former acquaintances, or whatever the case may be, bitter and angry and confused as to why this man will not even acknowledge my goddamn existence, let alone mention my name, even though Jay-Z mentioned his name when he had that Roc-A-Fella thing a little while ago, maybe a year, 2 years or so ago, whatever the case may be. But yeah, it just, I would stop talking about this shit, man, because there's not much more to the story. You've seen the brother's title that he exposed a lot of Jay-Z's most deep, dark secrets, and shout out to Dame for sharing the content. But we done heard Jay-Z's deep, dark secrets for the last 20-something years. And the brother said that the interview was much more dynamic than even the whole Jay-Z situation. So go check the interview out. I see he's doing some good numbers, so salute to the brother and continue to do your thing. But as far as Dame is concerned, yeah, man, I would stop talking about it. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, at this point, I mean, it's like, why would you want to keep talking about an old relationship that's over with? Like, you let it go. Let it go, Dame. And I'm really starting to get to the point, with all due respect, I don't know if he got nothing else to talk about in that instance. I think that, and he said it before, when he's going to these interviews, people want to keep asking him about Jay-Z. Jay-Z this, Jay-Z that. What else is really there? I mean, that's his legacy, is Roc-A-Fella. I mean, it's not trying to shit on Dame or anything like that, but that's what he's main. We know him from the Roc-A-Fella with Jay-Z. So people want to continuously talk about that. And it's like, all right, after that, that's why people don't ask Jay-Z about it, because after Roc-A-Fella, Jay-Z has went on to build empire after empire, business deals, sold this, did that. And not saying that Dame didn't do it, but his history is not as storied as Jay-Z, so people are going to want to keep talking about it. And it comes across now, it's like anybody else, like, yo, this is getting crazy, bro. Like, how many more times you going to talk about Jay-Z this, Jay-Z that? Now you exposing his darkest secrets. Like, you ain't talked to the man in damn near 20 years or 10 years, whatever it was. Like, shit 20. Passed, but that's something that he was at that age. It might not be a dark secret no more. He might have got whatever the case may be. So, I'm saying it as someone like, damn. But if we bring Dame Dash on, what are we going to want to talk about besides Jay-Z and a couple of his business ventures he'll talk about for a few minutes? Then we're going to get back to Roc-A-Fella, Kanye West, Jay-Z, Desiree Perez, all this type of thing we're going to want to get to. Not what Dame is doing. That's not a conversation. It's the Jay-Z Roc-A-Fella legacy. That's the way I kind of see it.
So where does that leave, in your opinion, Dame Dash as a whole? Should he stop doing interviews in general? Should he go another path? Because, I mean, if you say that, then what else should he do as far as interviews are concerned? Like I said, should he just stop doing them in general? Or what do you think?
come on. I mean, Dame Dash is a brilliant dude. We all
Right,
know that.
right.
When it comes to business, insight, perspective on things, brilliant.
So like TED Talks and shit like that should be
Yeah,
more
I
Dame
mean, he could.
Bryant.
I'm not saying he still couldn't talk or do interviews and stuff, but it may not all have to be centered around Roc-A-Fella, Jayz, Beanie, this, that. Because at this point, I think we heard every rendition, every story, every obstacle, everything that ever went down through the numerous, probably now thousands of interviews over the years where he sat on platform for hours and talked to ad nauseum
Yeah.
about this and that and this. And Jay-Z hasn't said a word. Now, would I like to see them have a sit down? Yeah.
100%.
I think that, that'd be cool. And I think ultimately Dame Dash just wants to be cool with Jay-Z. He ain't got to do no business or nothing like that. He just wants to talk to him like, damn, what happened, bro?
Right.
But if I see a person's not willing to do that, then I'm going to get just as cold as them, but forget it.
I'm done.
Done. You done. I'm done. I don't
Yeah.
care who you are.
Word.
So, and then it could be a situation where it could be financially, beneficial for Dame to keep that narrative going on, because at the end of the day, would you say the interview's doing good now? You know what I
Right.
mean? That leads to more opportunities now.
Right.
Now more people want to come on and talk more about, oh, so you said this about Jayz? Let's come talk about it on my show. So, you know how it goes.
Definitely know how the story goes and how the wind turns, man. And nothing but love for Dame at the end of the day. But we got to call it how we see it. The shit as fans, it's just like, all right, bro. Like,
Did it make you want to watch it?
no,
Me either.
no. Because I've seen it before.